Good afternoon, everybody. We work at the Ministry of the Interior of the Republic of Croatia, and we will give you a presentation of our research that we conducted in 2010 on subject of internal communication in the Ministry of the Police. Internal communication is of great importance for the Ministry of the Interior because unlike other organizations or companies, the Ministry of the Interior as a government agency doesn't have a product which promises success or recognition. The product of the Ministry of the Interior is a human individual, that is every police officer or state official, and therefore the service and success of the Ministry of the Interior depends on the achievements of their officials. For that reason, it is essential that all key informations and facts are communicated to the officials consistently and in due time. I would like to tell you a bit about purposes of the research. The goal of this research was to investigate the level of job satisfaction and employee satisfaction with internal communication of the ministry, and differences in satisfaction with internal communication between employees and with managerial and non-managerial status, and to determine the degree of importance that employees attach to various factors of satisfaction with internal communication. Let me continue with the structure of employees. So the Ministry of the Interior has more than 26,000 employees, all of which 91% are non-managerial and 9% are managers. And they operate in 20 police districts, the General Police Directorate, and the headquarters of the ministry. And the rest of the structure you can see on this slide. The next slide shows a stratified sample of 1,325 examinees, which makes a total of 5% of the population of employees of the Ministry of the Interior in Croatia. During sampling, proportional representation of examinees from all organization units was taken into consideration. The research was conducted by a poll method on a stratified sample of employees of the Ministry of the Interior on 22 locations, the headquarters of the ministry, premises of the General Police Directories, and 20 police districts. Now, a few words about survey. The questionnaire was drawn up by the authors from the Faculty of Economics in Zagreb, who have given the permission to use it. For this survey, the questionnaire consisted of 8 dimensions of internal communication. 8 dimensions were feedback satisfaction, superior communication satisfaction, horizontal communication, informal communication, corporate knowledge, communication climate satisfaction, satisfaction with the quality of media of communication, and satisfaction with the communication at meetings. Each dimension of communication satisfaction at the workplace consisted of 4 items and also socio-demographic characteristics of all examinees. And the next slide gives you statistics analysis of data. Statistics methods used in this survey were confirmatory factor analysis, descriptive statistics, and t-test. And now my colleague will continue.
Now it's my turn, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. I'm glad to present you the results of our survey, as Ruža mentioned, based on the theoretical conception of 8 different dimensions of satisfaction regarding internal communication. A confirmatory factor analysis was performed. 8 factors explained more than 78% of variance. According to the authors, measuring instruments to assessing satisfaction with internal communication has a good internal consistency, and in this study, Kronbach alpha has been calculated once again, and the values were also more than desirable. Now, the results, as you see on this slide, the best results of all tested components of satisfaction with internal communication have been obtained in satisfaction with horizontal communication. It speaks to the fact that within the Ministry of the Interior, there is a well-developed team approach and community spirit in the performance of jobs and tasks. On the other side, the weakest point of internal communication is informal communication. We believe that in situations when employees do not receive enough formal information on important aspects on living or working within the police, especially the information related to the organizational changes, increase the number of informal information or gossip and rumors. The findings shows us that differences between managers and other employees toward subscales are visible. You can see this on this slide. Managers in all 8 dimensions of internal communication assigned higher grades. This test confirms statistically significant difference between managers and non-managers in all dimensions, except feedback satisfaction and the formal communication satisfaction. Superiors communication satisfaction shows higher values. It is important to stress that the research has determined what importance employees give to various factors of satisfaction with internal communication. The results have shown that the vast majority of examinees find all 8 dimensions of internal communication important or very important. The examinees state that the most important components of internal communication are satisfaction with horizontal and vertical communication, or satisfaction with communication with colleagues, and the satisfaction with superiors communication. This confirms the importance of face-to-face communication. Generally speaking, the level of job satisfaction among employees of the Ministry of the Interior is higher than the level of satisfaction with internal communication. This result is understandable because job satisfaction is not affected only by the quality of the internal communication, but by a number of the other elements as well. Responses to the question, what are the elements which affect job satisfaction, are identified in the quality research focus group of 45 employees. All of these answers, the examinees most commonly cited answers that fall into the category of relationship with colleagues and their competence, then the contribution to the community, communication climate, relationship with the managers and their competence, and the possibility of further training, education, and promotion. We can also notice that among the 5 most common answers related to the factors of job satisfaction are 3 responses that fall in satisfaction with internal communication. Finally, the results show us the importance that employees attach to each of the 8 dimensions of internal communication. The results confirm that examinees consider face-to-face communication as the most important, whether it refers to communication with colleagues in the working environment or directly to the superiors. Those managers are more satisfied than non-managers in relation to the work, which is understandable since they have direct effect on planning and creating of work activities and conditions. As a conclusion, we can state that managerial status is a more significant predictor of satisfaction with internal communication of Ministry of the Interior. And in the end, I would like to express my gratitude to Professor Anna Tkalac-Verčić for her help and contribution to our research. Thank you.